All right, finally, we're on live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Gar Capital. It is Thursday, July 11th, 2024. Glad to be with you this morning, every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Really would appreciate the support. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. That starts with you. Make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. Glad to be with you. CPI Day, welcome to it. Let's go over that number rather quickly. CPI month over month for June, negative 0.1% versus 0.00% the previous reading. The estimate was positive plus 0.1. So again, a negative reading. How about that? Year over year, 3% versus 3.3%. Core CPI month over month was up 0.1% versus the 0.2 estimate. So that's a beat. And the year over year beats as well, 3.3%. Getting closer and closer to that 2% handle that the Fed is talking about with their inflation readings. But with that news print comes out the expectations for like the next Fed cut. And it's looking now that we will have an 85% chance of a Fed rate cut in September. Again, I said that we're going to get one in September anyways. Now we have to really be curious and the possibility that we may get one in July. It just all depends on what's the reaction from Powell and the Fed on the next FOMC. There is no FOMC meeting in August, summer recess. So we will see what their call is, but I'm pretty sure with this CPI reading, that September rate cut is pretty much going to be baked in. So with that being said, let's take a look at futures. Dow futures are down 28 points. NASDAQ is flat. S&P is flat. Well, Carlos, how can that be? CPI was great. What are you talking about? RTY, small cap summer. That's right. Bull flag. And now you got that pop. Next level we're looking for is 2150 or so. That's about 40 points away. If you're looking at that via IWM, which we can take a look at as well. Very, very similar price action, as we know. We're just not going to see it here in terms of the daily because this doesn't show pre-market prices. So if we go to the 4-hour chart, now that we did our bull flag, and you can see how lovely we are. 207, 210 calls would be nice if we can find some volume. So I'm looking for IWM to target 210 to 213. Buy some time on this one. Again, I do expect us to rotate out of mega cap tech. Again, still like mega cap tech. I'm still bullish today and tomorrow. We're still in that 2-week seasonal period of bullishness. This is not a surprise that we got a nice little pop. The only surprise was that CPI was negative, but the expectation was we were going to move higher. Russell just keeps going. That's up 2% today on futures. Bond yields taking a hit, 4.191% on a 10-year basis, now down 2%. What is happening? These banks and obviously traders and funds are trying to lock in their current bond yield rate. We just had a 10-year bond auction. That came in better than expected. Rates were lower. The writing's on the wall. See the channel breakdown. So let's draw a couple lines together on TNX, which is the 10-year Treasury yield. Let's see if we can draw a couple of lines. There you go. All right, so we got a little more to go. 4% is very, very possible, I would say, by the time that we actually get the rate cut. So a lot of this might be front running. So looking like 10-year Treasury yields are going to pull back more. What does that mean for TLT? Here we go. This is the 4-hour. Again, this is a 20-year bond fund, TLT. And if we expand this a little more, we can see that we are now drawing an ascending triangle, pennant, flag, whatever you want to call it. But once that break of 95 comes, more than likely that's where we're going to get the break to 100. Rates will go lower. 109, 83 in a rate reducing cycle seems to be a great target. That would be back from November 2022 on TLT. So again, if you're a bond person or bond trader, fixed income, it all matters. Score the volatility index. The slide continues. 1154 is the low that we had from May, or 1152. Got another 1154. It's not going to stay low forever. Just a heads up. These are the times that we get these little spikes. See an April spike, got an October spike, got a March spike. So the question is, when do we get another spike? So seasonally weak would be more than likely August. August into September. October, we know is seasonally weak. So expect one of these VIX pops to happen. You can hedge against that. Maybe you buy the 20 calls on VIX as a very, very cheap lotto insurance. That's one thing, but make no mistake, stocks are going higher, and the volatility index is just going to melt a little lower. So that's where we are. Futures are turning green now. Crude oil up 0.23%. Gasoline is up. Gold is up. Obviously, dollar is wrecked. Now below 105, getting below 104. Dollar yen is falling. We had this ascending triangle, the breakdown, the bounce, and we're getting close to getting below 104. Remember this little shaded area? What we expected, the dollar to fall, rates to fall, inflation to fall. Wait, that was 2023. But either way, we are going still through the path and looking good. Looking good so far. I'm very pleased at what I see. And that is an understatement. After last night, guys, last night was the Colombia match. I'm running on very little sleep, so I got my coffee in my hand. Thank you for bearing with me. It's a great day. I'm just so happy that Colombia won. Good morning. Thoughts on Apple 240 calls August 2nd. This is where I have to push back. These mega cap stocks, guys, these tech stocks are overbought, Apple included. So what you're going to get is a rotation into Russell. So do not be surprised. Again, the end of this week, maybe into next week, we'll get a little more strength. I don't hate that Apple call. My point is just temper the expectation in terms of momentum and in terms of options, especially short-term options. That's going to be that's going to be the issue with tech. I just don't see them soaring so quickly the way small caps are soaring right now. Again, that's more than likely going to be par for the course, probably for the next couple of weeks in the summer, since I expect the rotation to be from mega cap tech. Got to sell something. I don't expect fresh capital to come into the market anytime soon. If we had some kind of tax cut or something, fine. We just don't see that. Buyback windows are closed, guys. We have earnings coming up. FOMC, I believe, is next week. So, yeah, I can see where the NASDAQ and those tech stocks after Friday into next week, we start seeing some profit taking, especially after being so near overbought conditions, and start taking a look at the Russell and names that haven't been getting the love, the small caps. That's what I expect. So I don't hate the setup for Apple. I don't. I want to reiterate that point. I just want to temper expectations on Apple. I know it's been soaring, but 240s, let's see if we can get that golden fib. 246, yeah. 240 calls for August 2nd. If you can buy more time, that'd be great just to kind of relieve yourself of any short-term issues, maybe like the FOMC or something like that. What's up with coin and hood levels thoughts? This is the daily chart. Coin had that flag, bull flag, and then popped and then dropped. So the question it remains is, does it get back above 263? This not much here on Coinbase. Well, I would say maybe you're maybe setting up head and shoulders, but Coinbase is just stuck in this range here. Below 190, definitely would be nice for a short. Above 263, you got to go long to 287.50. And in hood, I have hood calls. Starting to get pretty tight here. We did get this wick here. So again, we're looking to see if we get this break. Robinhood is a small cap, guys. Small cap. 23.35 is the break target. That's what we're looking for. I expect Hood to break out. How do you see greed indication of the overall market? Appreciate your time as always. That's all perception. We've had stock market days. We've hit all-time highs now. I would say, what, 6 of the last maybe 10 sessions or something like that. And there wasn't greed. Now all of a sudden greed's coming out. It's very relative. It's like polls, guys. I mean, it's a snapshot. I don't think anyone should base themselves on what the CNN greed factor is. I think it's more for entertainment than anything else. Personally, price action is what matters. If there was really true greed out there, that's where you start seeing these really micro cap names or something like NFTs start running, something that's higher risk. Bitcoin starts going higher. Bitcoin's off all-time highs. If that was running hot right now, GME was soaring again, AMC was soaring again, I could see the case for a greed taking over where we, starting to get a little toppish. But guys, companies are making money. The economy is very, very strong. Inflation is negative. I mean, we've been pricing in, we have interest rates like we have inflation at 9%. And now inflation is negative. So unfortunately, if you're a bear, or someone who's afraid of greed, stocks are going to go higher. It's just a cycle. There's a great piece I posted on the blog about it. Let's take a look at it really quick. Thanks for the segue on that. Here we go. Okay. Bull markets historically last longer than many think. So this current bull market, we're 20 months in. The average length of a bull market is 61 months. So we got 3 years of this bull market technically to go based on averages and historical patterns. And if you're a trader investor, that's really all you can base yourself by. So we're still very kind of early innings in this bull market. I think just we're so set on waiting for the next shoe to drop, bad news to happen. It's just a change in our society. Um, the newspaper headline saying everything is okay is not going to sell. That doesn't sell clicks. We need to have bad news to get you upset. That's kind of how it works. It's entertainment. But I'm here not to sell you on fear. I'm telling you what I see. Market is just getting started, guys. 6,000 S&P is a very, very good possibility by the end of the year. These companies are making money, and we have unemployment claims came down. So good things all around, good vibes, obviously. Inflation coming down, but that can be revised. I can be devil's advocate here. That can be revised up next month or something like that. But for now, good news is still good news. And there was a lot of bears out there who was looking at, it's starting to get greedy. They just got hit today if they were short Russell, for example. Let's see. SLV calls on your watch list with the September call volumes. Yes, I believe SLV just probably broke my alert or hasn't yet. Let's see. I haven't got into that yet. So let's see. 4-hour chart. Yeah, I mean, I have an alert at 30. So let's see if I can expand this a little more and see exactly. Yeah, above 30 would be the break, and you have that breakout of that triangle. But I haven't seen the volume on SLV quite as yet. Personally, I didn't see any. I read some put selling, but didn't see any call buying. Amazon 200 calls. Yeah, we're just kind of chopping around here. Again, NASDAQ is flat, even with this CPI news. Initially got above 201. But again, guys, seasonally speaking, first 2 weeks of July, stocks are strong. And we're not quite yet at the 2-week mark yet. Right about next week would be the kind of the end of that seasonality period. Amazon has been hitting all-time highs the last 3 days. I don't expect that to change anytime soon. I do expect us to move higher. It's just a slow grinding move. Boring, I know. Uh, yeah, it'll break 200 today, in my opinion. By the end of the week, yes. Morning, NVIDIA, thanks. Let's see it. NVIDIA is up this morning, 135.90. Got an alert at 136.83. Go back to the chart, the 4 hours. You can see where our target is right around 141.09. That's the all-time highs. The question is when. We have the backdrop ready to go. Market's not open yet, so we'll see how the volume goes once the market digests the CPI number. Bezos still has much more to sell. Yeah, I mean, God knows what he's trying to build. But keep in mind, Amazon is not exactly tanking. This thing is near all-time high, so it's his prerogative. He could sell if he likes. SoFi on the move too. Small cap, not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and chart it together. All right. So not the best. I mean, kind of. Let's see. What do you need to get to? Yeah, you got to get above $7, maybe 750 to confirm if we break out of this downward channel or downward triangle, whatever. See that break? We got to get above 724. How's that? Let's get above 725. If that happens, then we can target 8. I think that's fair. And again, it's a small cap, so it fits the thesis. Would you trade SPY with CPI in? No. No. And the only reason I say in regards to SPY is because it's so damn expensive. It's just what it is. Stock prices go higher, option prices go higher. Name of the game. So I can't signal that. I'd rather do S&P futures. SPY is just SPY is too damn high. It's too damn expensive. That damn SPY for signals, by the way. Let's see if I have any more questions. Oh, I think that's it. Okay, guys. CLH. This is Celsius. God, I didn't mean to ignore that question. This is the energy drink or something like that. I've been asked about it. Double top action, $50. You got to hold that. If you break below $50, then you're shorting it. If you're someone that really likes the brand of drink or of energy drink, listen, I love Red Bull. I just never had Celsius. If, let's say, for example, I wanted to buy Celsius, it's a 50 bucks. That's your dip buy. So not terrible. You're not there. You're about $8 away from there. Yes, definitely nice buy dip here. Yes, yes. That's why I'd rather do yes than SPY personally. But let's take one more look. Just want to see where RTY is. Yeah, RTY, nice push. And Palantir is a small cap, by the way. So not all is lost. We're going to have a good day today. Yesterday was nice with AMD, if anyone had that. 185 was the key level I talked about. Even with the CPI number, we haven't even broken 185 again. So 185 was our target. Look at this wick right there. 187.34 wick, boop, pull back. I still think AMD has more room to go. But for signal wise, for trading wise, I am so glad that we got that one. That was a nice move yesterday, guys. You guys deserved every dime of that trade. Well done. All right, I'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. I will catch you guys on the Discord server, and let's make it a great Thursday. Cheers, all.